Installing a suspended ceiling. Suspended ceilings are the ideal solution for rooms in the basement where ducts, pipes, and cables are located and require direct access. The installation is easy and takes less than a weekend. The finished ceiling needs to be at least 7.5 feet tall. Check your local building codes. Here's the list of tools and materials for this project. Draw the ceiling grid on paper and include dimensions. For a small room, such as a half bathroom, use 24 by 24-inch ceiling tiles. For larger rooms, use 24 by 48-inch tiles. Draw a line down the center of the room in both directions. At every 4 feet, draw lines along the shortest of the two lines. Then, at every 2 feet, draw lines along the longest of the two lines. The result should be a grid that shows roughly how many tiles are needed. If necessary, mark the places where light fixtures will be installed and orient the grid's design around their location. Measure the bottom height of each joist and make sure it's the same for every joist. Mark the L-shaped molding at 4 inches from the bottom of the ceiling joists. Install the first length of the L-shaped perimeter molding tight against one corner. Install the second length of molding into the starting point of the first piece of molding. Use tin snips to cut 45-degree angles for every corner of the molding. Complete the installation around the room. With a chalk line, measure out and mark where the main runners will be placed. Install the runners perpendicular to the ceiling joists at 4-foot space intervals. Along the line, insert eye bolts in every third ceiling joist. Attach 16-gauge wires to the eye bolts. Twist the wire at the top around itself at least 3 times. Under the L-shaped molding, stretch a string across the room. This will help you level the runners as you install them. Hold up the first runner and attach it to the hanging wires across the room until fully installed. Continue the installation of all the main runners. If the room is particularly long in one direction, extend the runner by attaching 2 runner sections together at the slots and tabs at each end. Next, install the cross-T members at a 2-foot space interval along the main runners. Install the final pieces that connect to the L-shaped molding around the room. Several runner sections will likely need to be cut to fit in at the end locations. Use tin snips to do so. Then, square the grid. Measure across the diagonals of the 2x4 opening. The measurements will be the same if the grid is square. If the measurements are not the same, shorten one of the main runners until the diagonals are equal. Finally, install each tile into the grid system. Measure and cut tiles to fit smaller openings. For more advice on your renovation projects, visit